Okay. Welcome everyone, whoever has tuned in today. Um, Thank you so much to join us from wherever you are. The gathering today is, as we know it, is called Maitri Fest. And Maitri is this beautiful word that has come alive for me. I think since birth, it's something that I truly resonate with. And um, what the word in a sense means, it's an ancient Indian word which says to have a heart that's full of love, loving kindness, not the love that we know of regularly, but a loving kindness that includes and embraces all of life. Something that wants to be there and do good, um, care, the thing that makes us stretch, expand, move beyond our boundaries, and I think in a way embrace the world and all of life, and not just human beings, but all beings. And in a way, the people that are on the screen today who are gathered with us, we call them artists. Yes, they have their art, but beyond the art, like what has always connected me with these people is their huge heart. It's amazing how these people live in their day to day. As one of our friends says, the way they chop wood and carry water every day is what is life about. It's not the extraordinary moments, but the ordinary moments that you live with such beauty. And our friends today who have gathered to share their songs, their stories, their stillness, their being with us. It's such a gift to have this. And I feel that yes, our bodies are in quarantine, but our hearts, they're free. They're free to sing, they're free to dance, they're free to laugh, they're free. And each person who's going to come up on your screen today is a reminder to us to sing our heart song, to really share our being, to shine our light. To not die without having sung your song, whatever that may be. And, my prayer is to each person who's tuned in today, find your song and sing it. Sing it, sing it. Please sing it. And I hope our friends today, through their sharings and their being and their living, will be a nice reminder to each of us around that. So with that, the format for the evening is we have around 6 presenters, and I'm going to introduce one by one. And each person will come up on screen and share something that they have, that they feel is alive and that they want to give into the world through this channel. So with that, the first persons that I want to call up on screen are someone I hold so dear in my life. This word I had heard, elders, and I think they make that word alive for me. They're elders at so many levels, but a child at heart. They live on a beautiful land in the Appalachia Mountains in the USA, and every day that I ask them, how's your day? Extraordinarily beautiful. What did you do? I carried water and I chopped wood every single day. That's their thing. And I love them. I love them to death. And I'm so glad they are here. I'm not going to bore you all with the bio details. We are going to share that. Vinith is probably sharing that as we speak. You can read up all their history. I want to share their presence with you without taking too many words. So with that, Deborah, Joe, please open our space up with some blessings from your land. And thank you for joining us.
Hello, everybody in the world. I'm Deborah.
Joe.
And we're here in the Appalachian Mountains, living with great blessing, with the responsibility of stewarding 15 acres here of places with Joe's amazing organic food gardens, my bees, bears, wild turkeys, many, many wild creatures. Over there is a hive named Mashallah, which I love that word. And I walk up to the hive every day, many times, and I go, mashallah. So that's one name. Over there is a hive named Mishti Mishti, a new hive this year, language I've caught from new and old friends in Bengal, meaning sweet, sweet. And the other hive is Bindu, which many of you know this word. I want to open with a short story and a poem, and then Joe's gonna share a song. I keep track of many of the birds' nests and the cycle of life with the birds here on the land. And in the barn, which is over there, birds called flycatchers nest there every single year in one very small section of the rafters. And I have a sense of how long the babies are in the nest from the egg to fledging. When they leave the nest is that fledging moment. And one of my most favorite things in the world is to happen to be present when birds fledge, because there's a split second when generally all of them leave. And this was 4 babies. And one of the things I've come to understand is the songs of the parents over the years that call the babies out. And as I stood in the barn on the steps the other day, I happened to be there for that magical moment, but I knew it because I could hear the songs of the parents who were not flying to and from the barn, but were singing their calling out songs, calling the babies out of their nest and into their winged life. And I think that is the opportunity of songs from the heart for all of us, that we're calling ourselves out into the world and sharing that. And I think that's fitting to set a tone for today. I want to share a poem that comes from inspiration from a tradition from the Tuscarora tradition, which is one of the native peoples on this continent. We had a great friend and elder named Ted Williams, who was family and friend, and he brought forward a prayer called the Thanksgiving Prayer or Thanksgiving Address that was, he said, could be spoken all day and all night in the longhouses and the winter ceremonies and other times. And it was long because it thanked every single being that they could imagine. And if you think of thanking water, for instance, they would thank icicles and snowflakes and glaciers and sweat on our brow and steam from the sweat lodge and oceans and rivers and streams and go on and on and on. And if it was trees, it would be thanking them for shade and building materials and love and peaceful companionship and the prevention of landslides and on and on and on. And the prayer would begin in a certain way with, let us greet and introduce into the consciousness and gratitude of our minds and spirit. And then it would end in a certain way about opening our hearts to this, whatever the element was. So I've written a love tribute to the bees. Many of you know I'm on a bee bhakti path in this life. I love them, I love them, I love them. So here is a poem with the blessing of Ted Williams, I know. Let us awaken Let us waken to our responsibility to always be thankful. And so we greet and introduce into the consciousness and gratitude of our minds and spirits the element, the bee, Apis mellifera, the honey-bearing bee, the pollen-laden, nectar-imbibing mistresses of alchemy, soft, flighted ambassadors of light and love, the sweethearts of flowers, the lovers of plants, and the great darlings of the bright, handsome sun. Wild-hearted maestros, you thrum and hum your soft summer songs in the sweet key of B. First Nations people, you carry your bundles without harming so much as a single green leaf. You keep our fields knee-deep in flowers. For all of the sweetness that suffuses this world because of you, and for so much more, we open our hearts to you and we say, oh, precious and beautiful honeybees, we love you so much and thank you for all that you've done for us and all you do for this world. city, 3 times 3 times 3. Big time thank yous. Now, all of us, universal family members in this life, energy, and divine consciousness are as one. Mm.
So that's from a Thanksgiving prayer. And I think, and I feel in my heart that it's so important to give thanks and to express gratitude. And
Yes, Deborah?
Okay. That's great. Okay,
Okay.
sorry. We lost track of it. Here we
okay,
go.
there it is. Okay. Oh,
We can't see. Can you still see us?
Yes, very much.
Oh,
Please go ahead.
Yes. Sorry, it
Sorry.
keeps blipping out on our end. Okay.
there's this blue light, but I
Yeah.
guess the blue light is there for a reason.
Ah,
So, so, so I feel deeply in my heart that every one of us, every living being and everything, every creature, every plant likes to be seen and recognized and acknowledged for being who it is. And in that way, that we're all acknowledging that we are all part of this great mystery, this great togetherness that hopefully during this great pause that we've been letting ourselves feel that more. And so, and I'm so thankful for being this opportunity to share and to meet all these amazing people that this gathering of people that Sheetal has gotten together here. So I wanted to sing a native song of thanks. It's a Paiute Thanksgiving song. And I want to acknowledge all the native peoples and the indigenous peoples all over the planet, because for me, here in the United States, Christianity is kind of like almost forced upon us, that we almost are expected to be Christian. And not that I don't love Christianity and love Jesus, but I love the earth and I love all the beings on this earth. And so that's what, for me, how I came to Native Ways was in a love for the earth and wanting to find some way to express myself and to be with and be a part of the earth. So this is a song for that, to acknowledge that the indigenous peoples all over the planet, North America, South America, all over, there, even in India, there's indigenous peoples that are just very close to the earth. And so, so I wanted to sing this song. It's a Paiute Thanksgiving song. Thank you.
wow. Thank you, dears. So beautiful. This blue light is so special. It's almost some Hollywood sci-fi effect. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. Maybe we can move to the next presenter. And next up, we have Vedant. Vedant, if you can come up on screen. And while he does that, Vedant is he's such a dear friend. He's such a gift. I can't even begin to tell you. I have his bio right here, and if I read it, it's probably going to take a better half of like 5 minutes. So I'm going to spare you that. Just suffice to know that I love what he says, that, when you enter this world of bhakti and Sufi music, it's time bending. Something shifts, and I know it. I know it when Vedant sings, something shifts. He's many things, but one thing I'm going to, I think, embarrass him a bit is he actually composes music for films, and I think one of his movies has already been to the Hollywood, and he works across the spectrum. He's also the director of the Chennai Children's Choir, which was with really people from a disadvantaged background. He's many things. There's a bio. Please read it. But for now, I'm going to let Vedant sing. Please, Vedant.
Yeah. Hello. Thank you, Sheetal, for organizing this beautiful get-together of musicians, artists coming together, and heartists, as we call it here. So it's great, and I really loved what Deborah and Roberts did. They thanked the indigenous people and thanked the earth, Mother Earth, who can just endlessly keep giving very unconditionally. And she never asks anything in return. And no matter what we do, I think even when we are faced with the times that we are going through right now, it's a big wake-up call, I think, to all of us to slow down a bit and move at a very itminan speed. Itminan is a Urdu word which just means slow and steady. So then, because we are going through these tough times, and also because Sheetal requested me to sing this particular song by Mirabai, it's called Kinare Lagao, where she implores out to Lord Krishna to bring her boat back to the shore. And the boat is old and the water is deep. And knowledge and concentration is just running out, and she begs for the Lord to come running to her and implores the Lord to bring her boat back to the shore. So I usually sing with just the guitar and voice. Today I'm going to experiment a bit with the harp, the harmonica. किनारे लगाओ, किनारे लगाओ, किनारे लगाओ, किनारे लगाओ, नाव किनारे लगाओ प्रभु जी, नाव किनारे लगाओ प्रभु जी। किनारे लगाओ, किनारे लगाओ, किनारे लगाओ, किनारे लगाओ, नाव किनारे लगाओ प्रभु जी, नाव किनारे लगाओ प्रभु जी। नदियाँ गहरी नाव पुरानी, नदियाँ गहरी नाव पुरानी, नाव पुरानी, नाव पुरानी, नाव पुरानी, नाव पुरानी, डूबत नाव तराओ प्रभु जी, डूबत नाव तराओ प्रभु जी। किनारे लगाओ, किनारे लगाओ, किनारे लगाओ, किनारे लगाओ, नाव किनारे लगाओ प्रभु जी, नाव किनारे लगाओ प्रभु जी। ज्ञान ध्यान की सांगड़ बांधी, ज्ञान ध्यान की सांगड़ बांधी, सांगड़ बांधी, सांगड़ बांधी, सांगड़ बांधी, सांगड़ बांधी, दौड़े दौड़े चले आओ प्रभु जी, दौड़े दौड़े चले आओ प्रभु जी। किनारे लगाओ, किनारे लगाओ, किनारे लगाओ, किनारे लगाओ, नाव किनारे लगाओ प्रभु जी, नाव किनारे लगाओ प्रभु जी। गिरिधर नागर कहे मीरा, कहे मीरा कहे मीरा गिरिधर नागर, गिरिधर नागर, गिरिधर नागर कहे मीरा, गिरिधर नागर कहे मीरा, गिरिधर नागर, गिरिधर नागर, गिरिधर नागर, गिरिधर नागर, गिरिधर नागर चरण कमल बलियाओ प्रभु जी, चरण कमल बलियाओ प्रभु जी, किनारे लगाओ, किनारे लगाओ, किनारे लगाओ, किनारे लगाओ, नाव किनारे लगाओ प्रभु जी, नाव किनारे लगाओ प्रभु जी। नाव किनारे लगाओ प्रभु जी।
Wow, wow, wow.
Thank you.
My heart melts every time I hear that line. Dhyan dhyan ki sangad bandi.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Wow.
Thank you.
Would you like to share a bit about?
I wanted to jump in and just say that I don't even need to know what the words were, Vedant. It just,
Oh,
the river of longing and love extends itself all the way over to us here. Thank you so much. It's beautiful.
wow. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And some friends on YouTube are also like sending in their comments. I just want to make sure like we know that it's kind of like a fishbowl that we are in. Like, yes, you know, the 8, 9 of us are in this beautiful Zoom call, but there's the world out there and they're with us, and that's beautiful. The people singing with us. I was,
Yeah.
and I was thoroughly enjoying myself. So thank you, Vedant. That was beautiful.
That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Wow. Great. Thanks, Vedu. And I think we go on to our next presenter. Very, very dear friends of mine, Kamya and Seda. I want to invite them on to put up their screen. Wow. Kamya and Seda are such dear friends of mine. And it's hard to introduce people who are close to you because where do you start? And that's been my challenge with most of the people. I think every person on this call. So yeah, I think at heart, both of them are just Sufis. And I think their life is a pilgrimage into sound and song and Sufiness. And I love it when people who live a certain way, embody something, start radiating that out. And their music is something that deeply moves me. They sing Rumi, they sing Yunus Emre. These are the equivalents of our Kabirs and our Bulle Shahs and our Miras. So it's such a gift to have that come into the space. Thank you, Satsang Kamya, for being with us today. And I'm going to invite you to share your heart song. Thank you.
Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. severim, candan içerim. Seni ben severim, candan içerim. Yolum vardır bu el, candan içerim. Yolum vardır bu el, candan içerim. Beni benden sorma, ben nereyim? Beni benden sorma, ben nereyim? Bir ben vardır bende, benden içerim. Bir ben vardır bende, benden içerim. Süleyman kuş dedi, bilur dediler. Süleyman kuş dedi, bilur dediler. Süleyman var Süleyman'dan içerim. Süleyman var Süleyman'dan içerim. Yunus'un sözleri umdur ateştir. Yunus'un sözleri umdur ateştir. Kabında var sultandan içerim. Kapında kul var sultandan içerim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. 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 Hello again. We wanted to greet you with the name of God, with Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. And the poem was from Yunus Emre, as Shital mentioned, the great Sufi mystic poet who lived in the 13th century, Anatolia, in the same time with Rumi, actually. Rumi and Yunus Emre, they are very dear to us, to our hearts, and also to the music that we are playing and singing. They are kind of the soul food that we always have. And when Shital was visiting us in Turkey here, and also when we were in India together, we were singing these songs together as well. So yes, I can also mention a bit about the lyrics, just briefly. The lyrics were saying, "You I love deep in through the life. I have a way deep in through these rituals. Do not ask me about me. I am not at myself. There is a me in myself, deep in through myself." They said, so Solomon knows the language of birds. There is a Solomon, Suleiman, deep in through Suleiman. Words of Yunus are fire, the burning fire. and there is a servant at your door. Deep in through the Sultan. And yes, we would like to share one more song from again Yunus Emre. Would you like to say something?
After this song.
After
Yes.
the song, okay.
The sound is a bit low. Is there a way to move closer to the mic?
Yes,
Maybe
of
we
course.
move the computer a bit closer and we
Yeah,
sit.
that's much nicer. Thank you.
Good.
Yeah, we don't want to miss a word. Just want to say that this word Bismillah, sorry, um, I'm breaking right now, but I remember doing the Sufi movements of the just moving the neck to the left and right for an hour or so, and I think it's been one of the most beautiful experiences of my life. So I got to relive it with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Ben yürürüm yâre yâre, aşk oyadı beni kâre. Ne akilem benim hale, gel gör beni aşk neyleyim. Gel gör beni aşk neyleyim. Derdeyim nareyim. Gah eserim yeller gibi,
Oh, it looks like some technical error. Thank you so much. That's one of my favorite songs, and there's that simple line, "Come see what love has done to me." It's so powerful. Every time I've heard you sing, something shifts. My eyes, I think, just become a little more moist. My heart becomes a little more soft, and the world is a slightly better place to be in, thanks to this music. So thank you so much. Uh, Very touched, very grateful. Is there something you would like to share before we move to the next presenter?
Yes, there is something more.
Yes, there is something we want to share with you. Well, I wanted to just tell a little one of the steps that brought us here to this call, which I was in a conference with Sheetal in Istanbul, and the conference would start around 9. So me and Sheetal would sit in a cafe, have a coffee at 6, I think 7 very early, and share. Sheetal was sharing Kabir with me, and I sharing Rumi with him. So, and then after that, we would go to the conference. So, just with the spirit of those days, I would invite Sheetal to give us a number between 30 to 560.
555.
555.
555.
Yes. So this is a poem from Hazrat Mevlana Rumi. And from Divan Shams, these are the poems he wrote to Shams, his beloved. And I'm going to read a few lines in original Persian, and then just give you an idea about the meaning, translation. تماشا مرو نک تماشا تویی، جهان و نهان و هویدا تویی، چه اینجا روی و چه آنجا روی، که مقصود از اینجا و آنجا تویی. به فردا میفکن فراق وصال، که سرخیل امروز و فردا تویی. تو گویی گرفتار هجرم مگر، که واصل تویی، هجر گیرم تویی. ز آدم بزایید حوا و گفت، که آدم تو بودی و حوا تویی. تو مجنون و لیلی به بیرون مباش، که رامین تویی و رعنا تویی. تو درمان غمها ز بیرون مجو، که پازهر درمان غمها تویی. اگر مه سیه شد همون صیقل است، تو صیقل کنی خود مه ما تویی. And then the last one. اگر تا قیامت بگویم ز تو، به پایان نیاید سر و پا تویی. The poem says, don't run to watch the performance. You are our performance. You are the visible world. You are the invisible world. Either here or there. You are the result. You are the end point of here and there. Don't put our فراغ وصال, our appointment. Don't put our appointment for tomorrow. The time for reunion is right now. You are Majnun and you are Layli. They're not outside of you. You are Ramin, you are Bais. These are characters like Majnun and Layli. The beautiful is you. If the moon goes black, goes dark, it's the moon that can rub itself bright. Start showing up yourself. Start brightening up yourself. And then at the end says, if I talk about you till the end of time, it's not enough. This story is not going to end. You're the beginning of me, you're the end of me. So, thank you.
Something beautiful when you were speaking in your mother tongue. It just reminds me that how when we speak that language, we don't need a translation also. It's helpful, but somehow the message reaches, and I'm grateful for that. Thank you. And
thank you, Shita. Thank you for the invitation.
thank you for coming. And with that, I think I'll invite the next person up on screen would be Radhika. Radhika Sood Nayak needs very little introduction. Again, there's a beautiful bio down. Please have a look. But you can see her radiance itself is enough for us to speak volumes. Radiant Radhika is here. My memory of you is 5 years ago at Kitab Khana. And you were the one who brought Bule Shah alive for me. And I've been such a huge admirer of your work. And we've been wanting to do this forever. And today is the day. And what a gift, Radhika. And to know that just yesterday I was on a very quick chat with her, and she said, you know, I've just been so busy all day, I didn't even have time to eat. I said, what happened? Oh, this video, you know. I said, what video? Oh, my first video is out. I said, and in the middle of all that, you're agreeing to this call. I'm grateful, Radhika. And in the middle of all the things you do, you choose to be here with us. We are touched. So with that, please take over, Radhika.
Sheetal, it's entirely my pleasure. I'm so happy to be here. First, you transported us to Deborah's farm in the US. Then we went to Vedant's home in Chennai. Then to Seda and Kamya's living room in Turkey. So it's such a beautiful thing that you're doing. So I'm so happy to be part of this. Thank you so much.
And now we are in Mumbai.
Yes.
Super.
And I do genuinely believe that though we met 6 years back, we were destined to meet again in these times, and it just happens for a reason. And in the same way that the song that I'm sharing today is also born in these times. And it was conceived earlier. So it's something that destiny, it's all predestined in many ways. And the more that we are going through this, I'm feeling that even more. So what I want to share today is I've always aspired to sing Rumi, so it was such a beautiful feeling to listen to the Persian version, to the original language. So this one is Shah Hussain Kalam. Shah Hussain was a Sufi fakir from near Lahore, and in his kalam, he in this particular kalam, which we have now launched as a video, it's called Asa. So in Punjabi, Asa can mean I, it can mean us. So in this kalam, it's the voice of a fakir. He says, Asa kitku sheikh sadavana. Why do you call me a sheikh, a scholar? Kar baithe mangal gavana. I sit in my home and I commune with the divine. Asa tukar mang khavana. Asa eho kam kamavana. He says, I sit in my home and I commune with the divine. I beg to fill my stomach, and these are my deeds. So it's uncanny that all this is playing out around us today in these times, and it just it's the words of this fakir back in the 16th century. Then he goes on to saying, Ishq fakira di toni, e vast agochar hai joni. He says, passion, ishq, is the walking stick of a fakir. And it's something that is beyond the perception of our senses. This is a vastu which is agochar. In Hindi, it's something that your senses can't perceive. Asa talab teri ye soni, asa hardam rab te avana. I long for you, my beloved. I chant your name all the time. I meditate over your name all the time. Then he says, Asa andar bahar lal hai, asa murshid naal pyar hai. Lal, my beloved, is inside me and outside me. And I pine for my Murshid. Asa eho vanaj vapar hai, asa jeevan deya mar javana. So here he says that my only occupation, my vyapar, is to die while I'm still alive. And that is the path that many Sufis have talked about, to kill your ego and to become one with the source. In the last verse, again, the words are again in a strange way talking about the situation that we are in today. He says, Koi murid, koi peer hai. Some are seekers, some are the master. Eh dunya sab zahir hai. All of us in this world are allies. Some are playing this role, some are playing that role. Ik Shah Hussain fakir hai. Shah Hussain is a fakir. Asa ral mil churmut pavana. Together we dance in this jhurmut. This jhurmut is the dance of the universe, this Maya. So here is Assam, which I will. So also it's special to me in many ways. I composed this in 2017, and this was my first composition. In fact, when Deborah was talking about her honeybees and the hives, I was reminded of I think a bottle of honey which she named after Ankit Chadda, a Dastan Go. And I was going to start working on Shah Hussain as a Dastan in 2017. So many memories came back of Ankit. And in 2018, he had an unfortunate demise. So the project got shelved for some time till we revived it a few months later as a dance music collaboration, which we call Fakir Nimana. It's with Sanjukta Wagh, a Kathak dancer. So let me get on with the song and do less talking. Asa kitku Sheikh Sadavana कर बैठे अमंगल गावना असा कितकू शेख सदावना कर बैठे अमंगल गावना असा टुकर मंग मंग खावना असा हो कम कमावना असा हो कम कमावना असा कितकू शेख सदावना कर बैठे अमंगल गावना असा टुकर मंग मंग खावना असा हो कम कमावना असा हो कम कमावना इश्क फकीरां दी टोणी है वस्त अगोचर है जोनी इश्क फकीरां दी टोणी है वस्त अगोचर है जोनी असा तलब तेरी है सोनी असा तलब तेरी है सोनी असा हर दम रब ते आवना असा कितकू शेख सदावना कर बैठे अमंगल गावना असा टुकर मंग मंग खावना असा हो कम कमावना असा हो कम कमावना असा अंदर बाहर लाल है असा मुर्शिद नाल प्यार है असा अंदर बाहर लाल है असा मुर्शिद नाल प्यार है असा हो वणज वपार है असा हो वणज वपार है असा जीवन दे मर जावना असा कितकू तू शेख सदावना कर बैठे अमंगल गावना असा टुकर मंग मंग खावना असा हो कम कमावना असा हो कम कमावना कोई मुरीद कोई पीर है ए दुनिया सब ज़हीर है कोई मुरीद कोई पीर है ए दुनिया सब ज़हीर है एक शाह हुसैन फकीर है एक शाह हुसैन फकीर है फकीर फकीर एक शाह हुसैन फकीर है एक शाह हुसैन फकीर है एक शाह हुसैन फकीर है असरल मिल चुरमुट पावना असा कित को शेख सदावना कर बैठे अमंगल गावना असा टुकर मंग मंग खावना असा हो कम कमावना असा हो कम कमावना I just want to share a little more about the poet here, the Fakir Shah Hussain. Shah Hussain belonged to a sect of the Malamatis. Malamat in very simple language, if I were to translate it, it means disgrace, insult, criticism. So Shah Hussain used to sign off as Fakir Nimana. So in Punjabi, the word Nimana has it means the one who is not concerned with man or apman, which is respect or criticism, which is bouquets and brickbats. So one who's above all this and who is not concerned with this, the egoless one who doesn't attach his ego to either praise or to criticism. So this Malamati sect, the fakirs, that the Sufis that belong to this sect are very cautious about coming out in the world. They in fact run away from the world because they somehow feel that if people were to follow them, that would deflect them from their spiritual path. So they feel that following builds ego, and ego is the one that is the biggest hurdle in the path to divinity. So in Shah Hussein's Kalam, there is surrender, and there is this path of simplicity, of frugality, and of course divinity. And in this case, of course, he even talks about community, about everyone's role and how we are all in this big community, and we are all allies. Yeah. So this is Shah Hussein's Kalam. I have just brought out this video yesterday, and like I said, we were supposed to launch it in normal times, and as it was destined, uh, COVID entered our lives, and then we realized, somewhere inside I realized that perhaps this is for a purpose. Asa has a purpose, it has a maqsad, and when we went searching for that purpose, we came we got to know of an organization called Goonj. Goonj is an organization which is working for the people who are affected by the COVID-19, especially the migrant laborers and the daily wage earners. So Goonj is very much in that space. And we have now used ASA as a medium to raise funds for Goonj's Rahat COVID-19 campaign, and all our the video uploads that we have done it with that intent to reach out to as many people and to request for their contributions. So I'm using this gathering also to send out that plea, that request to please contribute and to please share with as many people as you can so that they can come forward and contribute. It will be a huge blessing for Assam and for all of us. We are all part of this Assam in that sense. It means it means us. So it's an offering and hoping that we will receive your love. Thank you, Sheet.
You have all our love
Thank you.
and more. If you could read the YouTube comments, you would know. It was beautiful. Everything you shared was so sweet. And you know, speaking of what you were speaking about, Niman, I can't help but I'm remembering Nanak a lot nowadays, Guru Nanak. And the thing that he said is, if only we could understand the importance of Sangat and Pangat. This opportunity to come together for the name divine itself, this opportunity to sit together and eat together, which we are not being able to do, but at least we have Sangat. And it's such a gift that I felt transported to that land. It's like I'd closed my eyes and it was a hard landing coming back. I wish we had more time with you, and I know we will going forward. Thank you so much, Radhika, for coming on.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
We're sharing your link to your song below, and people can access it.
Thank you.
Lots of love. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm going to invite our friends Mohammed and Farastu, beautiful souls. I'm going to invite them to bring on their screens. They're dressed in their traditional dress in a beautiful home somewhere in Iran or Persia, and as we call it in the ancient times. These both are pure hearts. I mean, when I think of them, it's just like, my hands are not in the screen, right? They're just amazing. And along with Kamyar Seda, I know these two as the keepers of, one of the keepers of the Yalova Sema, where people would gather and there would be whirling and music. And I remember these two, they would always be in the kitchen feeding people. So speaking of our Pangats, these are feeders. They feed the body, they feed the heart, they feed the soul. And I've had such beautiful times with you. And I'm going to invite you to take us along as well to your land.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Shitar. Thank you for reminding us this beautiful time of our life, which was full of great lessons and amazing memories. Do you hear us?
Yes, very clearly.
Yes.
Okay.
عشق بازی و جوانی و شراب لعل فام، مجلس انس و حریف همدم و شرب مدام، ساقی شکردهان و مطرب شیرین سخن، همنشینی نیک کردار و ندیمی نیک نام. بزمگاهی دلنشان چون قصر فردوس برین، گلشنی پیرامونش چون روضه دارالسلام، صف نشینان نیکخواه و پیشکاران با ادب، دوستداران صاحب اسرار و حریفان دوستکام. A poem from Hafiz that I opened the book today for this time that we have together, and it was this beautiful poem that touched our heart.
روشن شو روشن شو روشن شو روشن شو در چهره بنماید صدا پر شو از او جانهای پر شو از او جانهای در زلف بگشاید صدا روشن شو روشن شو روشن شو روشن شو.
Okay, I think you were not hearing us very well, as far as I get, yes. We are connecting with our phone and we are also connecting to VPN. I don't know why it's not working Zoom in Iran. It's forbidden, but anyway, it was a good time to be with you and singing for you with our hearts. Thank you so much, Shital, for this invitation. It's really precious, it's really valuable, and it made our day special.
Thanks.
For all of us, it's a great celebration. Radhika, I feel you have something to say.
I want to ask, what is the instrument that Muhammad was playing?
It's called setar.
Okay, setar.
So, setar, yeah, it's an Iranian instrument.
Okay. Beautiful. How for Seda and Kamyar, Seda was playing the oud, and I think Kamyar was on the percussion, and here it was reversed. It's very beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
So nice catch. Thanks, Radhika. It's beautiful. I wanted to invite, Seda, why don't you share something? Go ahead, we can hear you, Seda.
Oh. I thought it's frozen. Yes, I just wanted to say it was oud, the first instrument, and the second one I forgot to introduce it. The second instrument I played, actually it's kind of my main instrument. The other one I'm a beginner, let's say. The second one is bağlama. It's a Turkish Anatolian instrument that we use in the folk music and the Sufi music as well.
Wow, what a journey we've been on. It's such a magical thing. That's what's happening tonight. I'm getting private messages. I thought doing this call would be much simpler than just organizing a simple get together at home. But it's like suddenly you have an iPad, you have a phone, you have the screen, you have Zoom. It's crazy. But through all these people in different time zones, with all our internet connectivity issues, we're still managing, and that's incredible. It's beautiful. Thank you all. For me, again, I mentioned a few minutes ago when Radhika sang, Nanak has been very alive, and I'm actually very inspired to share a song myself. And this is just to put it out that, we can be in this company of beautiful artists who've been practicing for years, but it's great if we take a minute to share our song too. To sing without care. I think that's my mantra right now. To really sing from a space of heart. So please forgive me, I'm going to keep it short, like under a minute. But it's a song that's been so alive for me the last week. I've been singing it day and night. So here goes. साधो मन का मान त्यागो, साधो मन का मान त्यागो, काम क्रोध संगत, काम क्रोध संगत, दुर्जन की ताते अहनिस भागो, साधो मन का मान त्यागो, साधो मन का मान त्यागो. When Radhika was singing her song about this fakir who was simple and austere and frugal, this song just kept coming alive. That what would it be like to man ka man, this thing that we are carrying, that we can save the world. The world just needs to sneeze, and all of us go into quarantine. Yeah, I think it's nice to embrace a bit of humility nowadays and know that really are we in control, or is there something else happening here? And I think someone mentioned, these aren't normal times, and when we get back to normal, and I wonder, is there going to be going back to normal, or do we go to a new normal? Do we bounce back, or do we bounce forward? And I think music for me, and especially music from 700 years ago, Rumi or Kabir or Meera from 400 years ago, is as relevant and alive, probably even more than ever in these times. So what a treat. With each song, I feel expanded and joyful. Thank you all. Next up, I'm going to invite Shruti, who is in rural Bengal. And I hope her internet supports her. Yes, I can see her. And she's been really such a gift. Like, I woke up yesterday morning at 10 and said, you know what, we should get together online and sing. And within 2 hours, Shruti had just magically curated something beautiful. And it's a joy, absolute joy, Shruti, to have you, as always. As we lovingly call you, Godabai, I'm going to invite her to come through and share some music today. Shruti, all yours. Oops, that doesn't look like Shruti right now. That's me.
Yeah, hi, Shil. My internet, as it would happen, is extremely today. So what I'm going to do is, just letting me know if you know me.
No, your voice is cracking again. It's cracking.
Okay, I'm going to stop my video.
Okay.
I'm going to stop my video, and now you tell me if it's better.
Okay.
Is it better now?
No, we still see you, but now everyone's seeing me. Okay.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to try on the computer. Tell me if it's better over here.
Okay. It's better.
It's better over here?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. I'm going to just give video a shot. If it works, great. If not, it is what the universe intended. So what I want to do is introduce a very special musician, my host in Bengal, who is Uttam Das Baul. And Uttam Da is a traveler, a collector. He doesn't try. Yeah, it's extremely unstable. So I'm going to just try this. If you can hear me, you let me know if you can hear me. Sorry. I'm just going to try this once. So I'm going to introduce a traveler, a singer, a sadhak, and just pray that the internet works. And I think the echo is from my second device. So I'm going to stop that. And now it shouldn't echo. And I'm going to stop video. I'm just going to show very quickly. That's Uttam Da and that's Raju Da who will be playing with him. And I am going to, wonderful. Great. And after this, I'm going to stop video if needed. I will just introduce the song that Uttam Da is going to sing. It says, this miraculous body, within it, the divine. Who ties it together? Get in touch with the wave of your heart. Water and the connections form this body. The main pillar is built on emptiness. As you fill this emptiness, know that it hasn't been grasped in 4 ages. The essence, like the sesame seed, tiny as the sesame seed, needs to be grasped from the crores of rooms that exist. The 9 doors from top to bottom are the connections to that divine. The keeper in the present day, you haven't grasped it yet. Shirayas Shai tells Lalon, how can I tell you how it has been made? So this is the song, and I can kind of hear you, and I will know if the connection is stable because I'll be on my second device, and I'm just going to pray that everything works. So, Uttam Dash Baul.
Your voice is perfect. It'd be great if we have video. It feels lonely up here. I'm going to invite some of my friends, Seda, Parastu, Deborah, with, if you can just join us. Is it possible, Shruti, to get your video on? Or if not, then don't bother. Then we have the rest of us listening to you.
কি কলের ঘর খানি বেঁধে বিরাজ করেছেন ছায়ামা কি কলের ঘর খানি বেঁধে বিরাজ করছেন ছায়ামা কি কলের ঘর খানি বেঁধে বিরাজ করছেন ছায়ামান কি কলের ঘর খানি বেঁধে দেখিবি যদি সে কুদরতি ওরে দেখবি যদি সে কুদরতি তবে দিল দরিয়ায় খবর কর তবে দিল দরিয়ায় খবর কর কি কলের ঘর খানি বেঁধে বিরাজ করছেন ছায়ামান কি কলের ঘর খানি বেঁধে জলের জোড়া সকল সেই ঘরে খুঁটির গুড়া শূন্যের উপরে জলের জোড়া সকল সেই ঘরে খুঁটির গুড়া শূন্যের উপরে সে যে শূন্য ভরে সঙ্গী করে শূন্য ভরে সঙ্গী করে যে চার যুগে আছে নদর কি কলের ঘর খানি বেঁধে বিরাজ করছেন ছায়ামার কি কলের ঘর খানি বেঁধে তিল পরিমাণ জায়গা বোঝা দেয় শত শত কুঠরি কোঠা তাই রে তিল পরিমাণ জায়গা বোঝা দেয় শত শত কুঠরি কোঠা তাই ও তার উপর নিচে নয়টি দুয়ার ও তার উপর নিচে নয়টি দুয়ার নয় ভাবে সাই দিচ্ছে বার হাই হাই নয় ভাবে সাই দিচ্ছে বার কি কলের ঘর খানি বেঁধে বিরাজ করছেন ছায়ামার কি কলের ঘর খানি বেঁধে ঘরে মালের কাছে বর্তমান একজন তারে চিনলি না রে চিনবি আর কখন ঘরে মালিক আছেন বর্তমান একজন তারে চিনলি না রে চিনবি আর কখন দরবেশ সিরাজ সাই কয় লালন করে সিরাজ সাই কয় লালন করে কি বলবো সাই কীর্তি আর হাইরে কি বলবো সাই কীর্তি আর কি কলের ঘর খানি বেঁধে বিরাজ করছেন ছায়ামার কি কলের ঘর খানি বেঁধে দেখবি যদি সে কুদরতি বাইরে দেখবি যদি সে কুদরতি তবে দিল দরিয়ায় খবর কর বাইরে দিল দরিয়ায় খবর কর কি কলের ঘর খানি বেঁধে বিরাজ করছেন ছায়ামার কি কলের ঘর খানি বেঁধে কি কলের ঘর খানি বেঁধে কি কলের ঘর খানি বেঁধে
Wow, that was beautiful. I didn't understand what was being said, but the imagery of this room that our friends are sitting in, for some reason, evoked this doha of Kabir. Apni madi mein aap mein khelu sehaj soecha, and it feels like this beautiful. It feels like we're back in time, in some ancient time, and the music, the texture, everything was so soulful. Thank you so much. Shruti, maybe you can give us a little more insight into what happened. And when I say what happened, the beautiful song, I'm sure some of us are curious to know. Just an essence of the song would be lovely.
Transmitted. So just let me know. I'm going to read the translation that we just sat on earlier together again. So this particular one said that this miraculous body, within it the divine, and the question really is what ties it together. And Lalon says, get in touch with the wave of your heart, get in touch with the leher of your heart is what he says. And then he talks about the water and the connections that form this body, and says that the main pillar is built on emptiness, which very much echoes Kabir and all the poets that we know in the other parts of the country as well. And he says, as you fill this emptiness, know that it hasn't been grasped in Char Yug, in 4 ages. Know that it hasn't been grasped. Then he says the essence is as tiny as the till, as a sesame seed, and it needs to be grasped from crores of rooms. So then he says the 9 doors from top to bottom are the connections to that divine. And he says the keeper in the present day, you haven't grasped it yet. The Shirashai, who's Lalon's guru, tells him, how can I tell you how it has been made? That's a journey you're going to have to take on your own. That's a journey you're going to have to embark on yourself. So that's the essence from what I've understood from Uttamda and Rajuda, and spending this lockdown period in Bengal, and Tanyadi is sitting on the other side. Right now I'm not going to change anything because it's a miracle that this entire
yeah, let's have more of some Bengal music for us.
Okay, wonderful. Ilahi Alamin? Okay. So this one, okay, I'm just going to pop my head in like this and do some comedy, but this is not really comedy, so I will try and be serious. So this one is beautiful because even in the Baul tradition, there is the amalgamation of the Bauls and the Fakirs. And because today we have our friends from Iran and Turkey, and Radhika shared Shah Hussain as well, I feel like these songs of the Fakirs are very special. And Uttamda is a collector. He's a traveler. He's somebody who sings from a lot of traditions, even within Bengal. So I find it extremely beautiful that he's choosing to share this one. And moment he heard the context of this gathering, this was the one that that he and Tanyadi came up with. This one is also by Lalon Fakir, who's kind of he's compared a lot to Kabir in Bengal. There are a lot of parallels both in the life journey and in the way they express. So this one says, you are the Almighty, the hand that makes and breaks. You can play with me, drown me, or bring me to the shore. You can play with me. Therefore, I call out to you. Goes on to say, you saved Nuhu, brought him ashore after sending him to the sea. You rid the Nizam of his deeds. When one doesn't believe, they are called kafir. But if you don't use the wealth of knowledge your ancestors have bestowed, then you will find suffering. And after the suffering, you will be born into this body. What will happen with me, says Lalon, I do not know. So this is the second song that Uttamda and Rajuda will share. I think I managed to, the first song Rajuda was kind of hidden because I was just praying for a miracle. So this time I'm going to make sure Rajuda is on screen, and I'm going to sort of get out and make sure everything works okay. So this is, yeah, Uttamda again.
The video is steady, but I loved your comedy. Your head popping in was almost like.
Alayamin goyalla Badeshai alom Panatumi ইলাহি আল জামিন গো আল্লাহ তুমি ডুবায়ে ভাসাইতে পারো ভাষায়ে কিনারে দাও কারো ওহে রাখো মারো হাত তো মারো রাখো মারো হাত তো মারো তাই তোমারে ডাকি আমি ইলাহিয়াল আমিন গো আল্লাহ বাদশাহ আলম পানা তুমি ইলাহিয়াল আমিন গো আল্লাহ নূহ নামে এক নবীরে ডুবায়ে অকুল পাথারে ওহে নূহ নামে এক নবীরে ডুবায়ে অকুল পাথারে ওহে আবার তারে মেহের করে আবার তারে মেহের করে আপনি লাগাও কিনারে আবার তারে মেহের করে আপনি লাগাও কিনারে ওহে জাহের আছে ত্রিসংসারে জাহের আছে ত্রিসংসারে আমায় দয়া করো স্বামী ইলাহিয়াল আমিন গো আল্লাহ বাদশাহ আলম পানা তুমি ইলাহিয়াল আমিন গো আল্লাহ নিজাম নামে এক বাটি পারি সে তো পাপেতে ডুবিয়া রইতো ওহে নিজাম নামে এক বাটি পারি সে তো পাপেতে ডুবিয়া রইতো ওহে আকার মনীষু মতি দিলে তার মনীষু মতি দিলে কুমতি তার গেল চলে তার মনীষু মতি দিলে তুমি তার মনীষু মতি দিলে কুমতি তার গেল চলে ওহে আউলিয়া নাম খাতায় লিখলে ও তারা আউলিয়া নাম খাতায় লিখলে জানা গেল কে রহমি ওহে আউলিয়া নাম খাতায় লিখলে জানা গেল কে রহমি ইলাহিয়াল আমিন গো আল্লাহ বাদশাহ আলম পানা তুমি ilahi ale amin go Allah. নবীনা মানে যারা মোয়াহেদ কাফের তারা হে নবীনা মানে যারা মোয়াহেদ কাফের তারা আবার সেই মোয়াহেদ দাইমাল হবে সেই মোয়াহেদ দাইমাল হবে বেহিসাবে দোজখে যাবে সেই মোয়াহেদ দাইমাল হবে বেহিসাবে দোজখে যাবে আবার তারে খালাস দেবে আবার তারে খালাস দেবে লালন কয়েক মোর হয় কি জানি হয়ে আবার তারে খালাস দেবে আবার তারে খালাস দেবে লালন কয় মোর কি হয় জানি ইলাহি আল আমিন গো আল্লাহ বাদশাহ আলম পানা তুমি ইলাহি আল আমিন গো আল্লাহ তুমি ডুবায়ে ভাসাইতে পারো ভাষায় কিনার দাও কারো ওহে রাখো মারো আত্ম মারো রাখো মারো আত্ম মারো তাই তোমারে ডাকি আমি রাখো মারো আত্ম মারো রাখো মারো আত্ম মারো তাই তোমারে ডাকি আমি ইলাহি আল আমিন গো আল্লাহ বাদশাহ আলম পানা তুমি ইলাহি আলে আমিন গো আল্লাহ বাদশাহ আলম পানা তুমি ইলাহি আলে আমিন গো আল্লাহ।
Wow. Wondering if any of our other artists from across the world have a quick, maybe it's a meeting of cultures, it's a melting pot. We are traversing the world. If someone has something to say, it'll be great. If not, that's cool too.
Khub sundar dada, khub sundar.
Wow. Thank you, Radhika. We've been getting such beautiful comments separately. And I was just reflecting, it's so beautiful. Like we are sitting, everyone's sitting in their living rooms, and yet we are sitting together. What an amazing feeling. For me, it's always been the best gatherings are the ones in your living room without technology, just people in their pajamas and coming together, hanging out and singing joyfully and really just letting go and seeing all of you all smiling in your living rooms and imagining all the other people who are watching this in their living room. It just makes me so happy. Thank you all. It's been incredible. We are reaching the end of our time together, and Uttamda, thank you so much. It's such a gift all the people on the screen. What a tidbit something I probably shared earlier. This whole thing, it's 10:30 now. So this whole thing got started 36 hours ago at 10:30 yesterday morning. It was just a thought. And now at 10:30, after 36 hours, to have gone through this incredible journey together, it fills my soul. I won't even say heart right now. I'm so blessed that all of you all could just be with us today. I'm grateful. And before I invite Shruti to take us into a closing with her song, I'm wondering if there's anything that any of you would like to say, either to us or maybe a message into the world of love, and maybe take a quick minute or two each one, and then we hand it over to Shruti. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Just quickly wanted to say it was something that I was not expecting to see these local musicians, local friends. Thank you so much, Shruti, for inviting them to the space. And we would like to hear your voice as well before we say goodbye. Thank you so much.
Yes.
I'm coming, Seda.
Super.
So I will continue saying thanks to everybody, but also especially those who we didn't see in front, like Hushmita and other friend who's doing the technology thing. And before we close with them. So yes, it was beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, there's a lot of work that went into this. It's nice for me to sit here smiling, but many people spend countless hours getting this act together. So really a shout out to Vinit and Kush, who've been really, really, and as classic as they are, they're invisible on our screen right now. The invisible squirrels, as we call them. So thank you, dears. And yeah, it's always, I feel, we tend to say thank you to the person in front of us, but we also need to look behind at times to say what got us here. So not just them, I mean, the entire lineage, all the causes and effects that had to happen for me to be here. One wrong turn by one of my ancestors and I wouldn't be here. And this wouldn't happen for me. So yeah, my heart is grateful. I feel connected to all the traditions that were shared today. As if a part of me was probably there in each of those places at some point in time, in some space. So this cannot be a coincidence. This can only be a gift of grace. To be reminded of who we are. Yeah, I need to wait a bit, and that is why am I talking? We should be listening to Shruti sing. So I'm going to invite Shruti on.
I think I would love for Uttamda to actually share a few words. Hindi में या बांग्ला में बोलेंगे, we'll translate.
হ্যাঁ, আমার খুব ভালো লাগছে। সকলকে আমার প্রণাম, নমস্কার। এবং এমন যে মানুষ আছেন মহাজনী, এই যে মহাজন का जो बयान, महाजन का जो बयान मेरा बांग्ला में है, राजस्थान में है, यूपी में है, ये दुनिया भर है। फिर आज श्रुति ने ऐसा मौका व सुजोग ला दिया कि हम एक साथ ये एक्सचेंज करता है। अभी बहुत अच्छा फीलिंग होता है जे कबीर का दोहा, कबीर का बयान और लालन का बयान एक साथ हम लोग आज गा सकता है। वो एक साथ आ गया भी, ये प्रभु का इच्छा है।
उत्तमदा, कबीर, लालन, शाह हुसैन, रूमी, यूनुस एमरे, मीराबाई, सब से हमारे साथ आज।
परंपरा है हमारा ये महाजन का, तो बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, बहुत खुशी है कि ऐसा कभी हो सकता है। आज हुआ है, कोरोना के वजह से ऐसा चल रहा है, फिर वो इलाही आलामीन का जो इशारा है उसका हाथ डुबाना भासाना उसका ही हाथ है। बस आप सब लोग को नमस्ते।
I'll
Shruti, do you need an introduction?
no, you don't need to
I
introduce
can
me.
embarrass you. I'm not sure if I should, but now maybe I can. Once Shruti and I were sitting by the riverside next to an old ancient temple in Pune, and really singing our heart out. And our eyes were closed, and it was by the side of a river. It was a beautiful day. The light, everything was just perfect, and we were transported. And when we opened our eyes, Shruti was sitting with her beautiful instrument. And when we opened our eyes, there were around 15, 20 old ladies around us. And I was like, what's the deal here? And they were so mesmerized by the experience. And I was like, wow, something must have happened here. And then one of these old ladies gets up and touches Shruti's feet and says, "Are you Godabai?" And she's like, "Who is this person, Godabai?" And she says, "You know, the ones whose CDs are playing in the temple." She's a very beautiful musician, a local musician that we all love. We've not seen her face, but we feel it's you. And that's Shruti for us, you know. She is a young girl in a wise, I don't know what to say for Shruti, but I've not read out anyone's bio, so I'm just going to embarrass you and call you on so that you can take us somewhere together.
Sheetal. Okay. Anyway, I'm very, very grateful to everyone. I think, yeah, I'm the one person who knows everyone on this call, so I feel like I have like I have a different level of privilege. It feels like. Anyway, I very quickly I wanted to answer the question. The instrument that Uttamda plays is actually the North Bengal dotara, and the instrument it's a little different from the dotara that we've seen you know used in other concerts, because Uttamda is a man of the mountains, and so that's his dotara is from North Bengal, and Rajuda plays one part of the khol and one part of something else. Okay. And one part khol and the bama. Sorry, I'm blanked out. All right, I'm going to end with I'm going to close today with just a short prayer. From the Varkari tradition, I'm going to end with the Pasayadan, because it feels right to end with the Pasayadan. So here is the Pasayadan. Ata Vishwamake Deve Yene Vagyagne Toshave Tosho Nimazadyave Pasayadana जे खळांची व्यंकटी सांडो तया सत्कर्मी रती वाढो भूता परस्परे पडो मैत्र जीवांचे दुरितांचे तिमिर जावो विश्वस्वधर्म सूर्य पाहो जो जे वांछिल तो तेला हो प्राणी जात वर्षत सकळ मंगळी ईश्वर निष्ठांची मांदियाळी अनवरत भूमंडळी भेटतो भूताल चला कल्पतरूंचे हारव चेतना चिंतामणींचे गाव बोलते जे अर्णव पियुषाचे चंद्रमे जे लांछन मातंड जेता पहिना ते सर्वाहि सदा सज्जना सोय रे किंबहुना सर्व सुखी पूर्ण होऊनी तिन्ही लोकी भजिजो आदि पुरुषी अखंडित आणि ग्रंथोपजीव्य विशेषी लोकीय दृष्टा तृष्ट विजये हो आवे जी म्हणे श्री विश्वेश्वराव हा होईल दान बसावो येणे वरे ज्ञान देवो सुखिया झाला सुखिया झाला सुखिया झाला
बहुत सुंदर बहुत सुंदर
Mashallah. Just mashallah.
Mashallah. Yeah. Shruti, please explain what a Pasaidan is. Though I should know, but I really don't.
So the Pasaidan is essentially a prayer for unity and peace, not just of all human beings, but of all sentient beings, which kind of feels like the right prayer to do at this moment. Not just the happiness and well-being of this world and its people, but also the happiness of all sentient beings on this planet. Purna honi tinhi loki, may all three worlds, the worlds that actually Uttamda had mentioned in one of his songs, may all three worlds be peaceful. And it feels like the right prayer to do at this point, given everyone, given everything that we have going. And miraculously, I haven't touched this since morning. It was in tune at exactly the right pitch I needed it for this song. So everything, it just feels like a blessing. It feels like a true blessing.
Thank you, Shruti. Thank you so much for sharing what you did at the very end. At some point when you were singing, this thought, I don't know, it just crossed my head. So many things could have gone wrong in this call today, you know, someone's technology drops, lights go, who knows what can go, a million things could go wrong. But yet here we are at the end of over 2 hours, and I feel we've just started. We're just kind of warming up, and that's beautiful. And I'm remembering the story that one of my teachers told me, that once there was a centipede, you know, the insect with 100 legs, and he was walking, he was doing a good job, he was getting along, he was happy, going on his way. And an ant came by and said, "Hey, how are you walking with 100 feet? I can barely manage with my 4. And they said, that's the day the centipede forgot how to walk because he started thinking. And as I was reflecting today of all the things that could go wrong, I think what brought this whole gathering together was heart. Somewhere, someone's heart said, let's do it. Everyone else said, let's do it. The heart did it. And as Shruti was singing, this quote came to me that it's only when we truly follow our heart do we even learn to walk. Otherwise, we are just stumbling along, paralyzed, full of doubt. Something shifted for me in this whole call, and that is always follow your intuition, follow your heart. It can take you to places you didn't even imagine. Magical places exist, and for me, this is a magic moment for me personally to see this manifest in under 36 hours. All of you, I'm so grateful that you all could show up, and I'm going to invite our squirrels, Kush and Vinit, to come online as we take a final bow. And if there's anything any of you wish to say to the people who are watching us on YouTube or just to all of us, and then we can exit at some point. But yeah, let's take a quick goodbye call.
I think for me, it was absolute magic. It was just magical to sit here and listen to this unbelievable, it was like honey falling all over all of us. Thank you, Deborah and Joe, for bringing all the honey from Appalachia. And thank you, Mohammed and Parastu, for bringing the humbleness of Iran through your beautiful poetry. Thank you so much, Sedan Kamyar, for bringing Yunus Emre and Mevlana Rumi alive for all of us. And Radhika, I'm just dancing in your Jhurmut dance. It is unbelievable, the kind of beauty that you've brought to us. And thank you, Vinit, for all the behind the scenes beauty. Thank you, Vedant, for hamari naav paar laga di aapne. And so much love. And Shruti and Uttamda, what a beautiful metaphor of the sesame seed, that it is as tiny, the essence is as tiny as the sesame seed. So I'm just going to be taking all this essence with me. And Sheetal, for the beautiful Sangat and Pangat, I just want to know that, I want everyone to know that he's been cooking all day today and literally been feeding everyone in the ashram that he's been in. So literally, I feel like this musical gathering is prasad. It's literally a prasad for all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you from Appalachia. It's a pleasure to meet old friends and new old friends. And to me, this is truly what the world is. The stories that isn't this are the ones to let go of. This is beautiful. Thank you for the privilege of being able to touch into all of your homes and hearts.
Big love.
Wow. So it's so wonderful to be here. I know towards the end, sort of everyone kept talking about the tech, but what I like about music and what is different from the tech is the part that the tech can line up, but music happens in the moment. The singing happens, the instruments go in the moment, and that moment, I think, I was able to cherish much more than the serial lining up of things. So it's wonderful to be on the listening, and thank you very much for doing this. Thank you very much for coming together on such a short notice. Thank you very much.
Wow. Radhika, Vedant, anything? Vedant's been awfully quiet throughout. Okay, everyone, looks like it's way past bedtime in quarantine. I've been, yeah, it's like definitely way past my bedtime. But something about this is keeping me up, and I could go on for another 2 hours. But sometimes it's best to say Thank you. I can eat more, but I think I'm full. And yes.
Everyone's invited to lunch at our house because it's barely lunchtime. So come.
All right. So I'm going to request Vinit to take us off YouTube Live.